So after discovering minimalism and really exploring this idea of simple living, I use this time as an opportunity to not only simplify my life, but to learn about myself and how my mind functions around consuming. Now, I've bought plenty of things since I've been practicing minimalism, but I've also told myself no a handful of times as well. So today, I want to share some questions that we should be asking ourselves before we buy anything new. And the first question is, am I buying this for me or for someone else? It's not a coincidence that this is the first question on my list because I truly believe that the answer you give to this question will influence the answer you give to every question I mention throughout the rest of this conversation. See, getting clear on your intentions and understanding why you want to buy something is key. And the most honest question we can ask ourselves is, am I buying this for me or for someone else? Now, it takes more than just asking this question, right? We also have to answer it honestly, and that in itself is easier said than done. However, if you find yourself fighting with this question internally, I want to challenge you to 1, acknowledge that this is a hurdle for you, and 2, take a step back from everything and just breathe, reflect, and have a serious conversation with yourself. And that conversation may include something like, if I went without this, what space would my mind default to first? Disappointment because I don't have this item for me, or disappointment because I don't have this item and now I'm worried what others may think of me? Let that sink in for a second. Okay, the second question is, can I really afford this? Or in other words, is this in my budget? Like I mentioned earlier, I truly believe that the answer you give to the question we just talked about will influence your answer to this question and the others I have lined up to share. See, being able to afford something, in my opinion, does not include credit. And having a budget doesn't mean you're cheap, right? To me, these questions speak towards responsibility. So when you ask yourself, can I really afford this? Or is this in my budget? Think about more than just the price you see on the tag. We have to really consider the lifetime cost of everything we purchase, which brings me to the third question on my list, which is, will this have a positive ROI, return on investment? A simple way of thinking about this is anything you spend money on or invest in, you should always shoot to receive 100% of your investment back, right? Now, how this works with everyday purchases is a little different, right? Because you won't receive 100% of your money back on a lamp you bought for your bedroom, right? So in this instance, think of ROI from a different perspective. Instead of money, think about time in use. For example, if an item costs $100, ask yourself, how much time do I plan to give to this item, or how much will I use it? And will that be enough to justify the $100 investment? Okay, number 4 is this an impulse decision? Have you seriously considered every aspect of this purchase before you swiped your debit card? Or was buying said item the result of impulse, with very little or no thought at all? See, buying things out of pure impulse is an easy way to end up with an excessive amount of clutter, right? Now, this can easily be avoided by simply slowing down and thinking through every purchase we make. It's being intentional, purposeful, and responsible, right? But don't get me wrong, right? This doesn't mean we can't buy things for fun or because we just want to try it, right? It just means we have to make sure we're conscious and aware of where our money is going. All right. Number 5 is, do I already own something like this or similar to this? And if so, is this different enough to justify purchasing? See, the purpose of asking ourselves this question is so we can avoid a common clutter mistake: duplicates. Now, I know I'm not the only one who has stumbled across things I forgot I had or didn't realize I had multiple of. I mean, I remember a time when I was looking at an item at the store and I was sitting there having a full-on debate with myself about whether or not what I had was similar. And every time I somehow found a way to justify this new item being different enough to purchase. But it wasn't until I started decluttering that I realized that this was an issue and an area I needed to be conscious of. So again, if you find this question or any of the questions we talked about difficult, I really want to encourage you and challenge you to take a step back from everything and just breathe, reflect, and have a serious conversation with yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it resonated with you as well. And if it did, make sure you hit a thumbs up for me and comment below. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and tap the bell so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Also, if you're loving these conversations, then I'm sure you're also going to love the open and honest conversations we have in my Patreon community. Over there, we let our guards down and have real conversations through a private podcast. So if that interests you, I'll leave a link to my community down below. As always, stay true to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.